Okay, let's dive into a story that starts with a single click and ends in a 4-year legal war, all because one person dared to ask for a simple explanation. So it all kicks off right here with this screen. It's July 2021, and a man logs into the official Beijing system to do something pretty routine, register the birth of his child. But instead of getting a confirmation, he gets this, just 2 words: application failed. No reason, no details, just a digital dead end. And this is the exact question that set one man, Mao Chang, on what would turn into a 4-year-long quest for an answer. Now, you might be wondering what happened in those 4 years between the rejection and his next big move. Well, the records don't exactly say, but you can just imagine years of calls and visits trying to get a straight answer before he finally decided he had to escalate things. Now, it's really important to remember this isn't just about some glitch in a system. This is about a real person, a resident of Beijing, holding his official proof of residency, the very document that should make this whole process work. But instead, he finds himself completely shut out by the very bureaucracy that was created to serve him. So, what are the actual rules here? I mean, how is this supposed to work? Let's peel back the layers of bureaucracy for a second and just look at the policy as it's written down on paper. And let's be crystal clear about the stakes. Birth registration isn't just paperwork. It's the absolute gateway for a child to get a hukou, their household registration. That's the key that unlocks everything from public schools to healthcare. And here's the ironic part. The whole process was reformed back in 2016, specifically to be simpler and more user-friendly. And here's that supposed simplicity right here. Beijing's own official notice lays out 2 very clear paths. You can do it online, or you can just go in person to a local office. I mean, it seems incredibly straightforward, right? A choice. Simple. Easy. But when Mao Chang tried to find out why that simple online application failed, he didn't just hit a wall, he got caught in a classic bureaucratic loop. So after those 4 years of, presumably getting nowhere, he takes the official route. In June of 2025, he files an official government information request. And he asks the Beijing Municipal Health Commission for one very specific thing. What policy, what rule was used to deny my application all the way back in 2021? And this perfectly captures the bureaucratic nightmare he walked right into. See, he didn't just ask one government body. Eventually, he had to ask 2. And the responses he got created this perfect, inescapable circle where nobody was responsible. It's a classic catch-22. The city-level health commission, the one that runs the online system, tells him, "Not our problem, go ask your local office." So he does. And the local office replies, "That online platform, that's not our job. It's run by the city, go ask them." He is literally sent right back to where he started, trapped between 2 agencies just pointing fingers at each other. So what do you do when the system is basically designed to send you in circles? With both sides pointing fingers, Mao Chang's only real option was to escalate. He had to appeal to an even higher power to try and break this ridiculous deadlock. So he takes his case up the chain of command. He files an administrative appeal directly with the Beijing municipal government itself. And it's really crucial to understand what he was asking for. He wasn't even asking them to approve his registration. He was simply asking them to force the health commission to finally answer his original question. Why was I rejected? But the appeal was denied. In a pretty stunning decision, the Beijing municipal government sided with the health commission. Their official ruling? The commission's non-answer was perfectly legal. The facts were clear, the basis was correct, the procedure was legal. So Mao Chang was still at square one, but now he had a rejection stamped by an even higher authority. With every single administrative door slammed shut in his face and still no answer, he was left with one last, pretty drastic resort: to take the government itself to court. This timeline really just puts the sheer persistence of this fight into perspective. It starts with a simple online click in July 2021. It then progresses through 4 years of bureaucratic hurdles, a formal information request, a high-level appeal, and it all culminates over 4 years later in a lawsuit against the city in December 2025. And here it is, the lawsuit itself. On December 7, 2025, Mao Chang officially sues the Beijing municipal government, not over the registration, but over its decision to uphold the health commission's non-answer. His quest for a simple piece of information had now become a formal legal challenge against one of the most powerful cities in the world. So, after all of that, the clicks, the rejections, the appeals, the lawsuit, what does this one man's struggle really tell us? I mean, why does this single frustrating case matter so much? Well, this story highlights a struggle that is pretty universal, a frustration that really transcends borders. It reveals this massive gap between a policy's simple intention and its bewildering, complex reality. It shows how regular citizens can be stonewalled by opaque systems, and it perfectly demonstrates this responsibility loop, a bureaucratic trick where accountability just gets passed around until it completely vanishes. Ultimately, this 4-year fight for a simple answer is about so much more than just one birth certificate. It's really a story about transparency, accountability, and the courage of one person to demand clarity from the powerful. And it leaves us all with a fundamental question. In a world full of complex systems, what does it truly take for a single person to get a straight answer?